Hello again, everybody. I thought I'd make a video just explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing, what I'm hoping to achieve, some key stats, so you can follow along at home, and you might be able to pick up some of my catchphrases, so you can make a little bingo card or something for every video I make, and just so you can tick them off. But in all seriousness, the first few videos that I've put out already explain what the pre-op procedure is like, along with all the documentation around the pre-op, and then also pre-op, the surgery, what to expect, what the risks are, post-op, diet, everything like that, any complications, any side effects. I've made a whole video with loads of documentation, so do be sure to check both of those out. I'm going to put them. They're probably going to go up there, or one either side. We'll see. But yeah, a little bit about me. I am 37. I have struggled with weight most of my life, most of my adult life for sure. Don't mind me if I look over this screen. I have multiple screens here. I'm just going to work out my weight in American. That's what I call it. You're all about the kg life, aren't you over there? So, in kilograms, I was exactly 158 at my worst that I know of. I bought lovely digital scales that allowed me to be weighed because the normal ones you buy in shops I was too heavy for. I may have been bigger at some point, but a number that I've got recorded is 158 kilograms, 25 stone almost exactly, and in pounds that's 350 pounds. Now, over the last 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks of my pre-op diet, I've gone down to about 322 pounds or 146 kilograms, just through doing the pre-op diet, where I was having yogurt and soup. Apart from a few days where I had to travel, and I contacted my dietitian, I went, I can't really take soup to a conference. Uh, Yogurt, not really either. That's not really going to keep all day in my bag. And yeah, especially with soup, I can't warm that up. So what can I do? And they basically went. They're in the middle of updating their pre-op requirements for 2022. So for now, keep it. I'll actually find the email so I don't mess this up, because this might be very important for people to know, and it's something I really should have mentioned on the previous call. Drink at least 2 liters of sugar-free fluids while you're away. Use a fibre supplement such as OptiFibre in the UK to manage any constipation, and ensure that your intake fits within the following criteria: no more than 1,000 calories a day, between 50 and 100 mg carbs per day, and at least 60 grams of protein per day is what I basically got told. I went and had I had basically one meal a day where I would eat a Subway roast chicken footlong, which came to about 600 or 650 calories in total. The fat was really low. The protein was really high. I made up for the protein by having like a protein shake. I got one from Grenade, I believe it was. But yeah, as long as I made that up, the protein, then we're all good. The carbs were there, so that worked out very well. But yes, I've got a tendency to blabber, which I apologise to everybody for. And if I'm touching my lips, I've got dry lips. I've been talking and making these videos now for about an hour, non-stop talking. I just don't shut up. I started making videos like 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. So, right. So why am I doing this? I am 37 stone. I've already told you all the different calculations. Over COVID, I found it very difficult to maintain any sort of healthy diet. Coinciding with COVID was the fact our business boomed massively. And we went from like 4 full time to 18 full time. And I basically run the business. Very stressful, lots of big clients coming in. And I found myself glued to this lovely black and red chair for upwards of like 13 hours a day working. The only time I'd leave my desk was to go downstairs and pick up mail, or to go to the toilet or grab food, and whatever food I could find, whether that was a ready meal, full fat ready meal, or go to a local cafe and have a full English breakfast if I didn't have any ready meals. I would never snack. I'm not someone who sits here and snacks. Even now, my tummy isn't rumbling. I have already had my calorie intake for the day through my soup and yogurt. And last thing I ate was about 7 hours ago. Even pre-diet, the old me wouldn't go and grab some chips or crisps or chocolate or cake or all those sorts of things. I've never done that. Even through when I'm bored, I don't do that. Just too busy to even think about eating half the time. But that was my problem. I'd eat too much crap. I don't think I'd ever eat too much. I would just eat lots and lots of really high fat food, loads of salt, and I would probably do about 1,000 steps a week in total. Back and forth to a supermarket, going up and downstairs to get my mail. That's about it. And that's what basically caused me to go from around 20 stone to 25. I'm going to stick to kgs for now. 20 stone is 127, and 25 is 158. I put all that weight on, and that was when I really started to notice being out of breath. I've just realised another reason why I'm doing that with my lips is I've got one of those Dyson hot and cold fan things, and it's on. The heating's on right now at 34 Celsius. So for the Americans out there, that is 93 Fahrenheit blowing in my direction from about a meter that way. So I'm going to now put that on cool. Let's just cool the room down a bit. No wonder it's so hot. There we go. Hopefully you can't hear it in the background. But yeah, I found myself ballooning up in weight, and I had problems. So the problems were, like, my sleeping just got worse. I don't have sleep apnea, nothing like that. I snore a lot. I do sleep cycle. I notice I snore, which has always been an issue with relationships and stuff. But I was getting random back pains. That would, just even getting out of bed would hurt. And then when I'd meet with friends and we'd go out for a meal, and then we walk around the centre of the city I live, after about a mile of walking, even in the depths of winter when it is bitterly cold outside, there is like a piercingly cold wind blowing in my direction. I would still say to people, I'm just going to vape, I'll be in a minute. And it would be a case of me sitting down and the sweat was just dripping off my face. Legit rolling down my face and falling off my chin. That's when I thought, I've been thinking about gastric surgery for a while. This is ridiculous. I'm going to really look into it the next day, and that's when I started my journey. But yeah, calves hurt. I don't have joint pain per se, nothing wrong with my knees. But I just know that if I didn't stop, I could just balloon up even more, and that scared the shit out of me. So yeah, that was why I did this. I've got my surgery this Thursday. In fact, I would have timed the release of this video to go live while I'm laying on the operating table. I'm meant to be in at 7. No one starts at 7. There'll be loads of pre-assessment stuff that needs to be done. So I've basically set this to go live around 9 UK time. I'll either be about to go into surgery or in surgery or potentially just finishing at that point. So this is quite symbolic. I'll look back on this in like 3 months time, and either I was right, because mentally I'm really prepared for this. Like, really prepared. The pre-op diet was very easy, and every video you watch on YouTube is how difficult the pre-op diet is. It's a mental thing. As I said, I'm very fortunate that I didn't need to crave on food or have a want to crave on food or excessively eat or overeat or emotionally eat. So just being regimented and having my 4 yogurts a day and my soup portions in between. Yeah, sure, I go to bed of an evening and my stomach was rumbling, especially in like the first 3 or 4 days. But if you're very regimented and blinkered, like a racehorse, you can get through it. I found it very easy to do personally. But yeah, in terms of the surgery, am I worried about anything? The only thing I'm worried about is the gas. And I'm not even that worried per se. I know it's going to be an annoyance that I'm going to have. Even though I spoke to my surgeon and he told me over the phone, he said, I will suck out as much gas as humanly possible, but there will be some bits that escape. I can't deal with that. But he mentioned about having the anaesthetist do something with my diaphragm so that is numb and doesn't hurt for a period of time, so that might help while I'm walking around the hospital getting my steps in to get the gas out. But I'm not fazed by the new life that I'm going to have. I think the pre-op diet, if you're mentally tuned in, allows you to get a feel for what post-op life is going to be like. It's regimented. You know, I have my first soup at 10. I have my first yogurt at 10. I get up about 9ish. I have my soup at 12. I have a yogurt at 2. I'll have my soup at 4. And then I'll have 2 more yogurts that day. I'm so tired, I hope that comes up to 4. But that's basically, it's like every 2 hours, every 2.5 hours throughout the day, spacing it out. And that's what's going to be, it's going to be like post-op. I'm going to need to space things out. I think it's going to be odd. Or, yeah, I don't have an issue with the whole water, the clear diet, the pureed. I just know, like, in my head, I'm just going to say, just get through this, because in 3 months' time, I can move to normal solid foods, and as long as I'm smart with my choices, I'm going to be in a fantastic place. The only thing that annoys me, I've never had surgery before, so I don't know what that's going to feel like. I have had some tests done in the bowel area, let's put it like that. You could probably get, I don't know why I'm being so coy about it. I had a colonoscopy not so long ago. And that's not invasive in the traditional sense, but I did that with gas and air. And yeah, there's mild discomfort. And while it was happening, I was looking forward to it being over. Could I sit here and have that sort of pain for a long period of time and learn to deal with it? Probably. But if anyone's ever had a colonoscopy where they then go around the bend and the tube is going around your intestines or the colon, it feels like nothing I've ever felt before. It was not pain per se, it's an annoyance. It's I may have a high pain threshold, but I remember my mum warning me, because she's had it done too. She said that, like, when they go around the bend, it's going to hurt, watch out. And that was playing in my mind at the time when I had it done. And afterwards I said, yeah, that was mild. The worst case scenario was it was a bit mild pain. And it wasn't constant. And I'm assuming that's what gas is going to be like. If you watch, I mean, I'm saying all this without having had the surgery or anything, by the way. This is just my pre-thoughts. But there's about 8 out of 10 YouTubers I watch who tell me gas is, like, it's easier to have a C-section than to have gas. And I can imagine a C-section being pretty painful. So we'll wait and see. I'll report back on that one. Obviously, everyone's different. Everyone has better tolerance to pain than others. I'm not going to go in shit scared of gas because other people had a traumatic experience. So I am sitting here thinking, I'm not looking forward to the gas pain. I hope the gas pain isn't bad. That's literally it. I am mentally ready to go and have my surgery. If they would open the surgery at 11:30 at night, I'd go down and do it now. In terms of social stuff, obviously I know that I can't go out with my friends for a period of time. What I plan on doing though is, when I'm well enough, as part of like my own mental recovery and preparation for what lies ahead, I am gonna go out with them, knowing I can't eat. I'm that type of person. I've done it already once. I did it after about 10 days of my pre-op. So a couple of days ago, I went out to a pub quiz in the UK. The whole company was out, and we had 17 people drinking. Which I'm not a huge drinker, but when I do a pub quiz, I drink 4 or 5 beers, shots, porn star martini cocktails, and I found that part very easy. I just drank my apple juice. I watched everyone else become more and more incomprehensible with the garbage that they were spewing out their mouths. And in our little group, we were the highest ranked team in the pub quiz. We were in 3 groups as the company, and I'd never finished in first place. I tried to introduce forfeits if whoever came last. Maybe they had to sing on the next weekly conference call, but it got vetoed. So there you go. But yeah, at the same time, I'm sat in the office knowing I can't eat, and luckily we had a microwave. I could do my soup there. But they were all coming in with their McDonalds or their sushi, and other stuff that I like. And the only comment I made was, "Ooh, that smells good." And the guy next to me just, "Oh, apologies, I know what you're doing." And I went, "No, it's fine. Not a problem." I'm making this a little bit for myself because I'm going to look forward to watching this back in about 2 months and seeing if I was proved right, or if it was the most depressingly painful thing. I've seen a lot of people say they have buyer's remorse. And then obviously every single person who says that, you watch their 3-month update and they say, you can see visibly they've lost a shitload of weight. And they all say, the best investment I've ever made, or the best thing I could ever do to myself. I could see myself having buyer's remorse, especially if there's quite a lot of pain in the first couple of hours afterwards. I remember getting a job where I had to move from the UK to Gibraltar, which is a small enclave, British overseas territory near Spain, or actually connected to Spain. And I was probably 140 kilograms, a big guy, going to a very hot place, a place where it's always sunny, where it's always humid. And hours after I moved in and I'd made the move and I was committed to starting my new job, I sat there and texted a few of the friends who had also moved over and were working with the same company, just saying I think I've made a terrible decision. But then, before you know it, you acclimatize to the heat. And Big Ben strolling around Gibraltar in, let me get the Fahrenheit, in 90 up to 100 Fahrenheit, sometimes over 100 Fahrenheit heat, which is 34, 35, 36 Celsius. And sure, I'd be sweating a little bit, but it wasn't a massive inconvenience like it normally is. So you acclimatize stuff, and I expect myself to acclimatize to my situation. So yeah, I want to give you some background. The next update, or the first proper update we're going to do, is I'm going to try and record some stuff at the hospital and give you my immediate reactions, and then I'm going to do the first week after surgery, and then maybe the first month, or I might do a weekly video, and then once I'm up to a month, it's then going to become monthly, up until I basically hit my goal weight, and then I'll probably slow right down. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Feel free to subscribe if you want. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you. We've got a like goal on this video of 14 likes. Let's see if we can hit that. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I'll try and answer them. Until next time, stay safe.